here. All right. And all right, so I'm saying this again. So the statement says hydrogen gas. I put an H and a 2 because hydrogen is diatomic and it cannot be alone. It has to, if it's alone, I had to put a 2 with it. I put the G in parentheses because it is a gas. And then it says and. When I see the word and, I'm just going to put the plus symbol, just like in math class. And means plus. And then it goes to oxygen gas. Oxygen gas is an element. So that means I'm going to put the symbol for oxygen, O, but then I realize O is diatomic. So I can't just leave the symbol. It's got to be O with a 2. And then it's a gas, so I put over here little g for gas. Do you understand that right? Does anybody have any questions with that right there?
No.
Because like for everybody, that was the problem. Like almost everybody who turned in their paper today, they either forgot to put the 2 for the H and to put the 2 for the O, or they put it for the O and they didn't put it for the H. You know what I mean? So in some way, everybody had a problem forgetting the issue of diatomic. And what you'll learn tomorrow's Wednesday, right? What you'll learn on Thursday is that when you're trying to balance an equation, well, if you wrote it wrong to start with, you're going to spend a lot of time being wrong because you were wrong from the get-go. And this is one of those examples. Like if you would have written down, if I would have told you to balance your equation for number 1 and you had H plus O, no matter what you did, you were going to be wrong because you started wrong. So that's why it's a big deal. That little diatomic thing is a big deal. And it kind of, and then I realized we've been out of school, we've been out for a while, and you forgot about it. And the good news is, even when I do this normal school years with honors kids, they forget the diatomic thing too. So that's where we get that first part. And then it says react to form. React to form is going to mean my arrow. And then it says liquid. So I know whatever this is in the end is going to be a liquid, but it says dihydrogen monoxide. Well, dihydrogen monoxide, since it ends in "ide," I know that's a compound. I know that this hydrogen and this oxygen are together. So therefore, I'm going to go over and I'm going to say dihydrogen, H with a 2. Monoxide is 1 oxygen. And it's a liquid. So I put that down, and that is my equation for number 1. So I'm going to switch to the screen where I can see y'all real fast. Well, at least I thought I was. Oh, wait, here we go. All right. So right now, does anybody have any questions about the first one? I'm gonna do a few more, okay? Because I like right now you have to see it in order to kind of get it. But right now I just want you to guys see, because like for some of you, like I'm pretty sure, I think Adamari, like the only thing you forgot was the diatomic part. You know, so and a lot of you forgot the diatomic part. Now some of you screwed up royally, like on the next problem that we'll do. Some of you just screwed that one up major. But the first thing you have to fix is make sure you identify those who are diatomic. And remember, those were the ones that formed the L on the periodic table. It started with nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. All right. And then hydrogen was that weirdo over there. Any questions about number 1 that you're not clear about? Because now would be a great time for you to ask. Okay, I guess we're good. All right, so we're going to go to number 2. All right, now with number 2, I got to go to my sheet again. All right, it says nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas, right? So again, here's my question. Nisi, I can tell you there because you're unmuted. Nitrogen gas, diatomic, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so what should I write?
A 2.
Like, tell me exactly what to write. Like, I got nothing on my whiteboard, so what should I write?
N2G.
Good. That's what I'm writing, N2G. Okay, and then it says and. So with and, Zamari, what should I write?
Plus sign.
Okay, good. And stay unmuted because I'm going to you next. And it says and hydrogen gas. So what should I write?
H2G.
H2G. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because you don't sound sure.
Yes.
I'm only writing it because I can erase it real easy.
Yes.
Okay. Why should I put a 2?
Because hydrogen is diatomic. It can't be by itself.
Good, good. I mean, that's all. And like I said, I might make you guys repeat it just because I need you to hear it so that you remember it. All right. All right. Now we're going to the other side of my arrow because it says yield. Anytime you see the word yield, that means arrow. Now, Adamari. Oh, Caden's here. Hold on. So did we lose Austin or is Austin here too?
I'm here.
Austin's here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just can't. Oh, never mind. That's why. Oh, okay. Hey, we got Wisconsin. All right. Who was I going to? Adamari, right? Okay, Adamari, we got nitrogen trihydride. Tell me what to write.
N, H, both capitalized, 3, and then a G in parentheses.
Great. That's it. There's number 2. Okay. Now, number 3 is where some of y'all lost your darn mind. I'm recording this, so I can't say what I normally say. All right. Number 3. So hold on before I go though. Any questions on number 2?
Mm-mm.
All right. Number 3. Solid lithium combines. So again, it says solid lithium. So am I dealing with an element or a compound?
Element.
Element. So I'm going to write the element Li. Now, some of you guys get so paranoid. All right. So my question right now is this. Is lithium diatomic?
No.
No. So my point now is this is why I say you guys get so paranoid. Some of you start getting so scared about forgetting to put a 2 that y'all will start putting 2s for everything. And in this case, it's not diatomic, so I don't need to put a 2. So it's lithium by itself, because it can be by itself, and it's a solid, so I'm gonna put that as an S right there. Then it says combines with, that means plus. And now here is where some of y'all went crazy, okay? So now here's what I'm gonna do real fast here. Let me go ahead and erase some stuff over here. So I'm erasing the first 2. All right, now I'm going back to my writing thing. All right, because it says iron 2 bromide. My first question, is Wisconsin there? Unmute you if you are, because I can't see you. Uh-oh. He's doing Donaldson's work in reality. He just wants to pretend like he's here. Wisconsin. Oh. Wait, you can type that, but you can't say it? Never mind, Wisconsin. You're making things complicated.
What?
Okay. My question now is this. All right. Right now we got iron 2 bromide. My question for you is that ionic or covalent?
That is ionic.
Great. So if it's ionic, what do I need to do?
You need to set it up like to do that step process.
Good.
Like to know what you're doing.
That's right. You're good. So you can go back and mute yourself now again. So whatever you were doing behind closed doors, apparently, because you don't want us to see it. So we're going to go step 1, iron, and then symbol for bromine. Not Adamari, Zamari. What is the oxidation number for iron?
What is the what?
The oxidation number for iron.
2.
I like
Wait.
how it sounds like everything you say is a guess, but I got you. You're correct.
Thank you.
Let's find out what's the oxidation number for bromine, Zamari?
Oxidation now for bromine.
Yeah, bro.
It doesn't have one.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It does?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. You went dumb on me now, too? Have you found bromine on your periodic table?
Yeah.
Okay. How many valence electrons it got?
17.
17, that's correct. Is it happy?
No.
What would it do to be happy?
Needs one more.
So therefore, if it gains 1, what would be its oxidation number?
18.
What the world?
Wait, huh?
You must be high, but okay. If you gain 1 electron,
Mm-hmm.
what would your oxidation number be?
1. Negative
Positive,
1.
negative?
Negative 1.
-1? Okay, good. So you can kind of see my point that some of y'all forget stuff from test 4 all of a sudden because we're in test 5. Like, we still need to remember oxidation numbers. Remember, oxidation numbers was like step 2 out of the 10-step process. Okay, so then we simply, we're going to go there. We're going to go there. When we do that, we get Fe1Br2, and then I can get rid of the, whoops, I didn't mean to get rid of all that, but we can get rid of the 1, and we get with FeBr, right? FeBr2. So therefore, when I come back to my problem, now here's where the cheap pencil comes into play. We got FeBr2, and that was a what? I never told you. Okay, I feel stupid. It was a solid. You don't know that because I didn't tell you, so that's my fault, not your fault. The main issue, though, is the formula. Those of you who did number 3, a few of you went there and just put FeBr. Like you say, hey, that's iron, that's bromine, put them together, and I'm done. And you didn't go through the 5-step process like I just showed you. So please don't forget to do how to write a formula just because we're not writing formulas and we're writing equations. Because to write an equation, you have to write a formula. Any questions about the first part before we get to the other side of the arrow?
No.
Okay, because again, like right now, I've already covered the 2 main things that people have had issues with. 1, they forgot about diatomic, and 2, they just forgot about using the rules to write formulas. So don't forget the rules to write formulas. That's why we spent 2 weeks learning how to write formulas. All right, Austin, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like he's asleep. All right, we're going to the other side. On the other side, it says to produce solid lithium bromide, right? So again, lithium bromide. What's the oxidation number for lithium?
+1.
Thank you. And bromine, we already know, is -1. They're going to crisscross. You get rid of the 1s, and you would be left with LiBr. So it makes sense there that you would put just LiBr because that's what it says. And then you put a plus because it says and then it says iron metal. So the symbol for iron is Fe. Adamari,
Wait.
is iron diatomic? Yes or no?
No.
No. So therefore, I don't need to put a 2. Okay. Nisi, it's not sound like you're about to ask something. Oh wait, you got a green light in your room now.
But you forgot is it important to put like the little S and G and L and stuff? Is
I
that
don't know
important?
what you talking about. It's up there.
Oh, for real?
I just did it because you reminded me. So thank you.
Uh-huh.
For right now, I'll say this now to answer your question. For this particular unit, while we're writing equations and stuff, yes, because I want you to know kind of how to do it. Is it important for you to be able to balance an equation? No. Like if you don't have those things there, you can balance an equation with them there or without them there. But right now, learning how to write, I want to make sure you realize that those are things that you tend to see. So therefore, you don't get thrown off when you see them there.
Okay.
Iron is a metal, which means is it solid, liquid, gas, or aqueous?
Isn't it solid?
Yes, it's a solid. Because
Do we have
metals,
to put those little letters?
most metals are solids except for like mercury. And that's number 3. So right now, we should be starting to get the idea. I didn't mean to erase that there, but. So let me kind of stop before I look at number 4. Are there any questions about 1, 2, or 3?
Do we have to put those
No.
little letters?
Ooh, okay, hold on. I heard a no, and then I heard somebody say something. It sounded like it was Austin.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Do we have to put those little letters?
Yes. For this assignment, yes.
All right.
And if I forget to put it in there, then that's on me. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's like I was doing number 3 right there, and I realized I didn't give you an iron 2 bromide state. So that's my fault, not yours. So obviously I wouldn't penalize you on that right there. I'm trying to look right now and see if there's any other ones where I might have forgotten to put an identity for what state it's in. I think on all the other ones, I give you something. Okay, number 4 is the only thing I need to tell you about number 4 is this, where it says hydrochloric acid, you would write, no, crap, I got to get out of my eraser. For hydrochloric acid, you would write HCl for hydrogen and chlorine, and then you would put AQ because it's aqueous, meaning it, and by the way, aqueous means simply that it's a solid that's dissolved in water. So, you know, like for example, like if I said NaClS, that would be salt, like that you would sprinkle on your French fries, because that would be salt in a solid form. If I said NaClAQ, then that would mean salt that's been dissolved in water, which basically means salt water. So that's kind of the difference between what that AQ means compared to like an L. So somebody say, why can't I just put L? Because unless the salt crystals have melted into a liquid, then it's not a liquid. But you can dissolve the crystals in a liquid like water. That makes it aqueous. So like when you make Kool-Aid, that's aqueous. When you make sweet tea, that's aqueous because you're dissolving sugar in water. So that right there, like I said, with me having done the first 3 and then having explained that one thing about number 4, you should be good to go for the rest of it. Like, because like now the rest of it is this. Like I said, the only thing you're going to mess up now is you forget the diatomic, or you're going to write the formula wrong. But everything else now is just simply write down the symbols and write down the formulas based on the way they tell you. That's the other thing. The last thing I guess I would throw at you right now is read each of these sentences like it's a story or it's a recipe. What you write has to match what it says exactly, because you're not the author. You can't change the story that is given to you. You have to follow it. So you cannot change it. Because like I'll go back to the first problem here. I'm just rewriting the first one that we did, which was the hydrogen one. Like some people, they had issues. They had issues because they would look at this and say, well, I have a 2 right here for the H, and there's a 2 right here for the H. I have a 2 right here for the O, so they sometimes say, oh, well, I better put a 2 right there. Well, that's you now changing what the story said, because the story said monoxide, which means 1. So that means that 2 that you probably want to put there to make it balanced, you actually just made it worse. You have to get rid of it, because you have to follow the story as it's told to you, not as you want the story to be told. Because we'll fix that whole issue on Thursday when we balance the equation. So if you, like right now, some of you have tried all 10, some of you have tried more than 3. Are there any questions you have from the ones that you've done that I can maybe address for you right now?
Can you do?
Hold on, be careful with the can I do. Tell me what your issue is, and then I can address that.
The number 10.
Okay.
What
about number 10? What about number 10 threw you?
All the what do they call thingies?
Girl, you got to be more specific than that.
I
mean, because number 10 is a long problem, so I don't know which thingy you're talking about.
Like, it was long and confusing. Just all of it.
Right, but I mean, you follow it word for word. So like when I look at number 10, the first 3 words say solid cesium oxide. So I'm gonna write the formula for cesium oxide, and then I'm gonna make sure I label it as a solid. And then the next word says and then I'm gonna put a plus symbol. And then the next 3 words say solid potassium iodide. So I would write the formula for potassium iodide and make sure I label it as a solid. Like you do one part at a time. Like don't look at the whole thing. You just start with one compound or one element at a time and just write it down and then you just keep going.
Okay.
I don't know if that answers your question, but I mean, but that's how you attack it though. You attack it by just saying, hey, look, the first thing they give me is solid cesium oxide. You know what I mean? It's like if you go into a fight, you don't fight all 5 people at the same time. You're going to fight one, knock him out, and then the second person knock him out, then you're going to go to the third, but you can't do all 5. Otherwise, you're not going to hit anybody. So find the first compound, solid cesium oxide, write the formula for it. When you're done, it says there's solid potassium iodide. Write the formula for potassium iodide. You're done with that one, go to the next one. You know, because everything has a symbol for it. Like the ands are plus symbols. React to form, those are arrows. So like every word should have a symbol representing it.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, or does that just make you more confused?
It answers it.
Okay. Is there anything else?
No, not for
Oh,
me.
okay, hold on. I'm looking at number 11 now. Number 11, it says sulfuric acid.
Oh yeah, that too.
That's sulfuric acid right there. I wrote it on the whiteboard. So you may want to write that down on your paper.
Are we gonna have to memorize those?
No. As a matter of fact, no. The lesson on how to write the formula for sulfuric acid is in unit number 9. It's just that I had it on there and I just never take it out. Usually I'm in class when I'm doing it so I can tell you guys. So I forgot to edit it before I send it out. But guys, here's what I would say. You know, just like you really can't bother me because I'm, you know, like I'm at home and I get paid now. Like I'm paid what I would do in an hour and a half in third period. I get paid now to do from my house. So, you know, like you don't bother me by saying, hey, look, I'm gonna do number 4. Send it to me. Send me the picture and just say, hey, is number 4 right? And then I'll say, yay, it's right, or no, it's wrong. Or, and I'll, you know, if you want, I can even just kind of like make a note to you of what was wrong. And kind of like, how about this? You submit a question. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. If you're wrong, I want you to retry it, send it again. If you're wrong the second time, then I will tell you what the right answer is and what you did wrong. All right, but please don't like try to do 4 through 11 and then like send me 4 through 11 because again, I think like Zamari, I'm not trying to pick on you, but like I think Zamari did like all 10 this morning, and then she sent them to me, and I was like, they're all wrong. And so I'd rather just kind of do a problem at a time, and like kind of that way you kind of start to see the little issues, and you'll notice when you start to correct them that I start to say you're right more often. So just do one at a time. Let me tell you whether you're right or wrong, and then just as we finish one, then go to the next one. But don't do them all in bunches because that just won't be good. And if we were in normal school, like if we were in normal session right now, like you guys would be in class, you'd be in your groups, and as you do a problem, you'd come up to me and I'd be checking you off as you do a problem. So that's the way I'd be doing this right now if we were in classroom. It was bring me one at a time. I check you off before you go to the next. So let's kind of do that same thing here. Just kind of send me a picture and I'll check you off as you do them. Because most, like I said, I think I was talking to Adamari today, which is right now, it's not about how many do you get right. You hear that, Nisi? It's not about how many you get right. It's I need you to know what you're doing because this isn't going away for another 3 to 4 weeks. So let's just go ahead and make sure we know what we're doing and not focus so much on, is this right? If I say you're right, good, go to the next one. If I say you're wrong, then just try to figure out what you're doing wrong as opposed to being disappointed in the fact that you are wrong. Are there any other comments you have? No?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
For 10, I don't know how you say it. Element 55. Why does it have a number beside it? Element number.
Element number 55.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
cesium.
one doesn't and one does. Why? If it's
Oh,
not in the
oh,
B,
oh, oh, oh. I got you. What group is it in?
um,
I think it's in row 1 or row 2, or column 1 or column 2.
One.
It's in column 1.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a weirdo. I told you sometimes we get weirdos. All right, it's a weirdo. So in cesium oxide, cesium, how about this? This is number 11 still. No, this is number 10. All right, so in number 10, in cesium oxide, cesium here has a +1 oxidation number. Now, where it says cesium-3 chloride, then obviously, because there's a Roman numeral there, it's got a +3 oxidation number. All right, if you remember we had the issue with lead. Remember, lead was an A metal, but we still had to do a Roman numeral for it. Oh, okay. So this is just another one of those elements that's like lead. We don't deal with it often. As a matter of fact, this will probably be the only time you ever see it all semester. So don't freak out. But that's why, like cesium, the first one is going to be a +1 oxidation number, and then in the second one, they give you the Roman numeral, so it's a +3 oxidation number.
oh, okay.
Any other questions?
No.
So we're good. Austin, you're good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I got another question.
Okay, go ahead.
For the metals, what symbol do we put them?
We just did one, number 3.
Solid.
Right.
I thought. It was, okay. Okay.
Because metals are solid. They're as hard as your head.
Okay.
All right. Nisi, you good?
Yes.
Are you as good as you said you were the first time before I checked your problem?
I'm better now.
Good. All right. All right, guys. Well, if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. But like I said, just you don't bother me at all if you send me your problems as you do them. Like I said, bottom line for me is this. Until I fall asleep and go to sleep, I will reply. So if I don't reply, just realize I probably went to sleep. And that's why I didn't reply back to you. All right?
All right.
All right, guys. Okay, now I got to figure out how to unshare my screen. I'll just end the meeting this way. All right. Well, good luck with you guys and what you're doing. And tomorrow's lesson, so tomorrow I'll say this. If you're good with the equations, then the 10 o'clock tomorrow you don't really need to do. However, I would definitely watch the video on counting atoms tomorrow before 10 o'clock if it's possible. So that way, if you're having issues counting atoms, you can then ask those questions at the 10 o'clock session. But otherwise, counting atoms should be easier than what you're doing today. Okay.
Okay.
All right, then. If you have any other questions, just send me messages on Remind because I'm checking that throughout the day. All right. And
Okay.
good luck. And the struggle is real, but don't worry, it's worth it in the end.
Thanks, Mr. Science.
All right, you're welcome, guys. You guys take care.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.